What's up, everybody? I'm back again. I just finished filming my tool haul video. That's why you see that stuff right down there. That's why you see that stuff there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do the unboxing for the pressure testing kit that I got from Harbor Freight for. It was $89.99. Then I used the 20% off coupon. Turned out to be $71.99. So not bad. But I'm going to go ahead and unbox it, and then I'm going to use it to test the pressure on this thing to make sure that the hose that's right here is actually the leaky boy. Because you can, well, let's see. I'm going to have to get a light down in there so you can see the little puddle of coolant that's right at the edge of that thing. I'm sure that's what it is, but, you know, I'm kind of like the police. I can have all the evidence in the world, but damn it, I want the confession. So give me a second. I'm going to get some light on this situation, and I'm going to go ahead and use the pressure tester kit to see if we can actually see the leak coming out of there, and go ahead and start removing those hoses. 14 pounds should be plenty to see what's going on. So if you guys can see that, and I'm going to go ahead and start. Pressure's going up. Sorry it's so wobbly, but this thing is a lot of pressure. So I'm at 10. And unbelievably, it's holding right now. I do see the coolant here. Oh, I gotta show you this stuff. So there is coolant all down here on the block. There's coolant there. There's coolant there. Doesn't appear to be leaking now. It's holding at 15. So I kind of feel like this car is kind of dicking with me right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it sit for a little bit and see how far it drops, like after about like 10 minutes or so. I'll probably still change this hose just because I see all that coolant in there. But there's definitely coolant. I'm not crazy that there's coolant here on the side of the block. But I don't see any coming from that hose, which is extremely strange. There's none coming out of that one. So it's just freaking weird. So I did all this stuff to take this manifold off, and now the leak isn't there. So I'm gonna let it set for a little bit, and then I'll be back. Alright guys, I'm back. It's been about 15-20 minutes, and look at this thing. Holding strong at freaking 15. Not a daggone leak from here. I think this car's dicking with me now. Now I just think it's just messing with me. But I've gone this far. I'm gonna change those lines. I know they fail. And I think the smart thing to do is just to change them anyway, since I'm all the way down here. They're right here. I think it'll be smart just to go ahead and change the lines regardless. And retest it one more time to make sure I didn't cause any leaks. And pressurize it again. If it still holds, then fine. I'm still going to change it. No matter what, I'm going to change these hoses. Because damn it, that is coolant. And in there is coolant. There's coolant on the block. It's leaking from there somewhere, but it's just decided to hold it this time. I don't know why. It's weird. The weirdest damn thing. So, and I'm gonna change the lines anyway. I don't know. I'm not gonna get my police confession. I'm only gonna go by evidence this time. Hopefully, I can make the conviction. All right, y'all. I'll be back. All right, guys. So now I think I've figured out the issue of why it's not leaking from there, and it's actually holding the pressure now, even though I'm seeing coolant under the lines that's where the perceived leak is going. So I didn't go through a full rundown of how to properly bleed this vehicle. I'm not going to do the actual bleeding, but I am going to go through the rundown. All right, so the proper way to bleed this car is to, of course, jack up the front end so that you get all your air going up toward the front of the motor. The next thing you're supposed to do is you are supposed to turn the key to the on position. When you turn the key to the on position, you will hear some sort of cycler or sending unit or heater, some sort of mechanism will start to hum. And basically what that's doing is that's making sure all of the coolant is circulating around. Now I don't know if that opens up the thermostat or not, but it does make sure that all the coolant is flowing through all of the lines. So once you turn that on and let it sit for like 5 minutes while it's buzzing a little bit, you're supposed to come down here and open this little bleeder screw. You're supposed to take it all the way off. The last time I did it, I have to apologize that I didn't turn it all the way out. All I did was just watch for the bubbles to stop coming out of the side of it, so I wouldn't waste that much coolant. But apparently you're going to lose a whole lot of coolant doing this. So what you're going to do is you're going to open that up all the way, take this out, and as you fill it up, you're going to watch all the bubbles disappear from here until straight coolant, water, whatever you're putting in there, till your straight coolant water mixture is coming out of there with no bubbles. All right? And then you cap it off after you're done filling. So just to recap real quick, jack the car up, turn the key to the on position, let it cycle for a few minutes, come back, undo the bleeder screw, and then you're going to add coolant until the bubbles stop coming. You're going to add coolant here until the bubbles stop coming out of here. And then once the bubbles stop coming out of there, then you can cap it off, right? And then you're supposed to go and grab some sort of suction device, whatever you can get, and you draw out the excess coolant from in here until this little level is at the proper is at the proper height, which is, I think it's right at the edge of the outside of the filler. And then you're supposed to cap it off, and then you can run your car and then check everything there. But that's how it's supposed to be done. Now, the last time that I did the pressure test, that actually made me notice the coolant that was down in here. Can't see it, I don't have my light, but the coolant that was down in there, the last time I did that, I had it all cycled and doing its thing with the key on. Now, obviously, I can't do the key on thing now because I have power lines disconnected, the battery is completely disconnected, and I don't want to blow anything up through a spark or anything, so I'm not going to do that. But when I did that the last time, it started leaking from there because I had that little cycler on and coolant actually running through those pipes. Now, because all the coolant leaked out of those pipes, there's nothing in there, and what I was actually pressurizing was just kind of the front end of the radiator system. So the good news is that I know the radiator isn't leaking, I know none of these are leaking, and we're not losing pressure on the front of the coolant system. The thing is that I can't tell for sure about these, which I only have evidence, but nothing has cycled all the way through. The heat wasn't on. The last time I had the heat on as well. So you're supposed to turn the heat on and all the way up. Make sure everything cycles. The key to the on position. You're not supposed to be running the vehicle. You're just supposed to have the key to the on position so that little cycler thing does its job. Plus the heat will be on. So that's what I think my problem is. I do believe those are leaking. I just don't have coolant going in there because I don't have the key to the on position, and I haven't taken all the air out of the system. And I can almost bet that if I take these lines off, hardly any coolant is going to come out of there. And if that's the case, then I know there was no coolant in there to begin with. It wasn't cycling through all those, and the only thing I was pressurizing was the radiator, the upper and lower radiator hoses, and whatever hoses attached to the actual reservoir. So that's my deduction. I'm still going to change these hoses. I feel like I figured that one out, and I'm just going to pull the hoses now, and we're going to see if any coolant actually comes out of there. So I'll be back. Alright guys, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take these hoses off right here. See if I can put this camera in a spot where you guys can kind of see. So I'm going to take this little hose off. I'm going to take that out, and also these couple of bolts. And I gotta undo this clip right here, and I'm gonna see if there's any coolant actually coming out of there. There might be some, but I seriously doubt there'll be a lot of coolant coming out of there. I doubt it. I really doubt that there's gonna be coolant coming out of there. So let's see what we got. There we go. Let's see if any coolant comes out. If no coolant comes out, then I'll know that there was no coolant in here to begin with, which is why I didn't pressurize and it didn't leak this time. Nothing. Look at that. No coolant in there. And that's beat. Look at that O-ring. It's flat. Yeah. That would definitely cause a leak. So also, it gives you a better shot of that coolant that's sitting down in there, right here. So, yeah, it makes sense that that's the bad boy that's leaking. Makes sense that that's what's leaking. So, all right, I'm gonna finish removing these hoses, and all right, we'll be back with it. All right, guys. I went a little overboard on time here, but that's, you know what, fuck it. There's another little hose. Let's see if you guys can see that. This hose right down in here. I can barely see. I gotta move some of the stuff out of the way. This hose right here. I'm going to take that thing out first before I start unhooking the other ones. Running out. I'm just going to try to wiggle this thing off of here. Whoa, that's a lot of coolant in there. Alright, so hopefully this one's done. And now that I've made a big old mess of things, I can get this other line out. I'm going for this thing back here. Right there. So I have to remove this one and this one back here. I believe they're 13mm. This one in 13s. Careful not to drop them. Careful not to lose them. Because you could be in a world of trouble doing either one. So I'm trying to get on this one here. Of the way by hand because I don't want to drop it down into the abyss. You know, you get all the way down to this point and it's a hose that holds you. A tough ass hose. Oh, good Lord. So it's out. Thank God. Alright, so that thing's out. Let me show you. This one doesn't look too bad. Not as rough as the other one did. But I'm going to change it. It's just that time. Alright guys, I'm going to leave it off here. It's a little late. Been at this for a little bit. And hope you guys enjoy all the content. Be sure to go back and watch my tool video. But okay guys, that's it for now. Coming back soon when I clean everything up and I get ready to reinstall everything, and that's the next move. So you guys take it easy. Wrench Trench out.